All right, hello, nerdy gamers everywhere. Welcome back to a general game gabbing. My name is Rick Quasar, and today we are going to be talking about video games as usual. What else do we talk about? Oh wait, Dungeons and Dragons. Anyways, so from Skyrim to Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Breath of the Wild, basically any type of video game, food has been quite a big benefactor in many different ways. Whether you want to get some stamina bonuses, Breath of the Wild, or just heal yourself, Skyrim and Breath of the Wild. But today, we just need to answer the question right here. So I have two guest stars with me before I spoil the question. So, all right. On your left is, I completely forgot. On your left is Red Hood, my first people to actually choose stage names. I'm very impressed. And on my right is Nightwing. So Red Hood is a, what's your official title? Are you a nurse, or are you what's like your official title? I'm gonna botch it.
An LNA and nursing student.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you had like an official title yet or anything like that. And Nightwing there is a very good chef, a very excellent chef. I have had tasted many of her different dishes, and they are muy bueno. Um, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, so today, girls, we are talking about food in video games. But the question that I have prepared for you two is this: does food actually heal you like it does in video games? Yes or no?
No. Hold on. Are you asking like actually does in video games like all of a sudden you're going to feel rejuvenated and have all the stamina in the world and all of your hearts come back?
Yes, no. But yeah, so I realize there's going to be a little bit of like, sure. But I mean, food, it's nutrition, it keeps you going. You don't eat food after a little while, you get hangry. But does it help with the actual like healing process of wounds?
Yes. Obviously.
Elaborate.
What at that rate? Oh,
Elaborate.
great. Elaborate. I thought you said at that rate. Right. Yes, your body needs the proteins to actually induce the process of healing. And there are foods that will increase the healing factor and foods that will increase the infection factor, like sugars, which is why diabetics have such a hard time healing, is because they have their sugar count, their glucose count messed up. So they have higher sugars, which means the infection has more to feed off of. Whereas people who have normal glucose levels are able to absorb protein and nutrients the correct way, means that their body can take those calories and that nutrients and that protein and send it to the area that's affected.
Okay, awesome. So I guess more of like the question, so we can leave that. Okay, yeah, sure, it does help with the healing process, but
Okay, you're done.
yeah, I know, right? Good night, everyone. We'll see you next video. No. So I guess my really like what the question is like, is there certain foods that does that more? Like you said that there are, but what are we talking about here? Like, are we talking about like you're gonna go out into the middle of the forest, grab a couple of like mint herbs or whatnot, and just scarf them down? Then all of a sudden, yay! I'm
No, that's
rejuvenated. Huh?
you don't just go to the forest and take random things. That's how you die. Disclaimer, please do not go out to the forest and eat random things. No. And especially don't hold us accountable. Don't go to the forest and eat random things. Yeah, there's gonna be foods that are better for you when you're sick. When you're sick, you're not supposed to eat a lot of sugar. Um, Healthier leafy greens, high fiber count, high protein count. Those are
Hmm.
the foods that you're going to want to look at. Granted, there are certain foods that will help with certain things, like you're going to want ginger tea or ginger when you have a stomach ache. You're going to want honey and like apple cider vinegar when you have a sore throat. There are many different things to help with your different ailments. So yeah, food does have a lot of healing properties, and going off of what you said, there are herbs that will help with that,
Okay.
like licorice root and things like that to help. Just don't go to the forest and choose random herbs that you've never seen before. Don't do that. Don't do that. Grocery store. Just ask your parents, kids.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So, there's two more parts. Like there's many parts of this question. So there's like to like because this is like only so far we have a yes, food can heal you. But in like we're talking Skyrim, right? Where in the middle of a battle, you scarf down a million apples or whatnot, and then you're healed. So we don't have anything that quick.
No. If we're going off of everything that we just told you, technically apples do have a decently high sugar count. So no, you don't want to eat a ton of apples. You don't want to eat 100 apples when you are sick. And 1,000 heads of cabbage or bread or
Mm-hmm.
cheese.
That's
Like apples are,
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I was gonna make a pun. I was gonna make a pun.
no.
Okay.
Apples aren't gonna do anything. When you have a stab wound, like that's gonna do zip. If anything, like you're gonna eat a bunch of apples and it's actually gonna slow down your fighting because the more you eat, if you eat the less time you have, well, yeah, the more you eat, the less time you have. And if you eat too much, like to the point where you're past full, you're gonna get sluggish and slow.
So then we're getting to a point of saying that eating to heal your wounds might make you even more susceptible to wounds because it makes you slower.
Yeah, what type of ones are you talking about though? If you're
Okay.
fighting somebody and you stop to eat, obviously you're going to be more
Well,
susceptible.
we're in Skyrim. We're leaving out that mystical power of being able to stop time in the middle of a battle to eat a million things.
Eat these pieces of bread.
Yes, and the pun here. Now I'll make the pun. That's right, kids. Apples don't go apples. You want your sweet rolls.
Let's just be real. You are better off using those 100 apples as a projectile weapon rather than sitting down and eating them during the battle. Agreed.
Just throw them all.
Just throw them as hard as you
Okay.
can.
All right. So, one last question, and I think then we can wrap this up here. So, yes, food, quote, quote, heals you, just not as quickly and not in the way that's projected in video games. But here's one last thing. If also, this is mostly directed at Skyrim, right? So all this is directed at Skyrim. Chowing down on the random stuff that you have. A sack of flour, salt, whatever, just whatever you have on you. Yeah, I know. I know. Nightwing's over here having a panic attack. But my real question is, to get the nutritional benefits of food, does it have to be cooked?
Yes!
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. It's just like in Skyrim, you can get a piece of raw beef, you can eat it, and Nightwing's over here having a panic attack. I'm so sorry.
Okay, take it from. So, no, hold on. Flour, you cannot eat raw flour. The biggest reason why is because it carries a lot of viruses and bacteria. So their biggest problem with eating raw flour is you could get E. coli. Just one thing that can happen. Raw eggs,
really big
salmonella.
issue.
Raw chicken, also salmonella. Raw beef, yeah, you can kind of get away with it.
Raw
it
beef
has
is better
to
than
be,
the oven.
it does have to be prepared right, so you're not just consuming raw meat.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can get away with it with certain things.
Like fish or certain types of fish.
Certain types of fish, it also, like I said, it has to be cleaned properly. It has to be prepared properly for that to not be a problem. You still are risking with eating raw, especially raw meat. You're still risking lowering your immune system and risking infections. So I'm gonna go a little against what she said. Yeah, you still get the nutritional value from eating raw foods. However, getting that nutritional value, you're going to get less than when it's prepared correctly. And you are going to run the risk of getting extremely sick And all of a sudden, any nutritional value that you got from that is wiped out because now you're in the hospital taking antibiotics because you have an extreme
Okay.
sickness.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, as I usually do. So, in survival games, like, I'm trying to think of one specifically. I, it is bashed so much, but one of my favorite survival games is 7 Days to Die. And because it has a whole bunch of different ways it plays off of. And one of them is that you have to boil the water to get rid of all of the bacteria in it. And same with food. Like, I can run around in the game, kill a deer or something, and eat the raw flesh. But because of that, the raw flesh gives me the healing that usually gives me, but it has a percentage chance of giving me infections as well. So, let's say I eat a piece of raw meat. I somehow miraculously don't get infected with the bacteria or whatever. Would I get the same nutritional value as a cooked piece of meat?
I think it depends. Not okay. So the chances of you not getting sick after eating something very slim, especially meat, is very slim. The nutritional value might be the same. It's just something typically people don't recommend because there's too much of a risk to benefit. Yep. Our bodies are not made to eat raw food. That's the bottom line. Our bodies are not made to eat raw food, raw meat like that. We are not creatures that are able to go and kill something and eat it right then and there. We are made to have prepared food, specially prepared food.
Okay.
Yeah. So the chances of not getting an illness like that, very slim. I mean, obviously, all those people who have eaten cookie dough don't have E. coli or don't have raw eggs. Talking about meat, raw meat that hasn't been prepared. Mm-hmm. Most chances are when you get eggs or flour, you get them from the store, so they are still somewhat prepared enough that you aren't going to run an issue. If you go out into the woods and you eat a random egg, or you go out and you kill some sort of creature and eat it then and there, chances are you're going to get sick. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So we are running out of time. So let's get to the bottom line right here. So yes or no? Does food give you a healing factor like it's projected in video games?
No. No.
Okay. But but it does give you healing in a sense.
But it does give you healing. You cannot heal without nutrition.
Okay. So I think so it's not I won't say this is a maybe. I'll say that yeah, sure, food does heal you, but it's not going to be like, "Oh, I lost my hand. Let me just eat an egg and all of a sudden it's grown back." All right. So
no, be instantaneous.
Okay, cool. So, unfortunately, Skyrim, as much as we love you, you do not know how to prepare your adventurers very well. No matter how many sweet rolls you're carrying, you're just gonna end up killing yourself, man. So sorry, so sorry. All right, thank you, Red Hood and Nightwing. That has been very helpful. And to all those watching, thank you for joining us. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next General Game Gabbing. Everyone have a good night and see you later.
Subscribe to him. You're fantastic.
Ah, thank you. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.